There he is, folks. The Animal, Batista, who tonight on Monday Night Raw, for the second time in his WWE career, quit the WWE live on Raw. What's good, peeps? Joe Passarelli here, live, the Joe Passarelli channel. I wanted to get my thoughts on the whole Batista experience, if you will, for his 2014 comeback. Just kind of my thoughts and my overview on what the impact he had, and the good, the bad, the ugly, and certainly what went wrong. Well, it wasn't a bad start, as they hyped the promos, they hyped the vignettes, and people seemed genuinely interested in Batista returning after a 4-year absence from the WWE, after he quit in 2010 with his infamous wheelchair Kanye West, like, I quit, rant, which is actually quite legendary, and I enjoyed that moment. This moment, not so legendary. Kind of sums up his whole run that he's had in the WWE. Anyway, they bring him back the Monday night before the Royal Rumble. Announced that he's going to be entering the Royal Rumble. Obviously, a lot of people were concerned that he might win it. But in a way, Batista was a victim of circumstance, because with Bryan not even being in the Rumble, a lot of hatred turned towards Batista to pretty much be handed the Royal Rumble and be handed the main event at WrestleMania right when he came in without any build or whatever, just appear the Monday before Royal Rumble. This is one of the things I was talking about with the WWE storylines in past videos. Lack of continuity and just throwing guys in there. They did this whole thing with Del Rio and this Twitter war they were having, and obviously that was short-lived with Alberto Del Jabo and his lack of utilization, even though he did beat Ziggler for the Money in the Bank qualifier tonight, which, by the way, fuck you, WWE, for doing that. Ziggler loses clean to Del Rio in a Elimination Chamber qualifier. Guy can't even get in the Money in the Bank qualifier, can't even get in the Money in the Bank match in Boston. I'm going to that pay-per-view live. I'm looking forward to seeing it, and I want to see Dolph Ziggler in that match. So a big fuck you to the WWE for putting in Alberto Del Rio over Dolph Ziggler. Hope to show off, get an opportunity to get in there. But I digress. I wanted to talk about Batista and the de-evolution of evolution, the de-evolution of Batista, and he comes in and he's almost more known for the Bootista after the Royal Rumble. That became a worldwide trend and really became one of the only things that came out of his run, that chant, the Batista chant. And obviously they were forced to turn him heel because of all the negative reaction. That's the thing. He was supposed to be a top babyface right there, coming back to his old spot with John Cena, where he was before the final heel turn in 2010. Obviously it didn't work out that way. Not enough hype. Threw him in too soon, and people wanted to see Daniel Bryan. They didn't even put him on the damn Royal Rumble. So anyway, we build up to WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan does get inserted in that. Ends up being masterful how they did it. Beating Triple H and then beating Batista and Randy Orton. And what I thought was actually a good match. That's kind of what's been lost in Batista's run. He's actually had some pretty good matches. Him and Ziggler, I thought, had a few really good matches on SmackDown. I thought he was part of 2 of the greatest 3-on-3 matches of all time in the Evolution vs. Shield series, which saw the Shield go over in 2 straight matches, but you saw my reaction to what happened tonight in the previous video about Seth Rollins and the Shield. Oh my god. But anyway, certainly not an oh my god moment with Dave Batista's exodus in the WWE tonight. Everybody saw it coming. They knew he was going to depart to promote his movie coming out, the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvel movie, which actually doesn't look half bad, as someone who's been critical of Dave's on-screen work. Doesn't look half bad. But it's just a shame, and then after WrestleMania, after losing, like I said, he was part of 2 legendary matches, but really, Evolution didn't leave that legendary mark like they had before tonight, obviously, with the big happenstance with Seth Rollins joining him. But Batista, it was Triple H and 2 guys who have gotten older. It wasn't any, passing of the torch of what Evolution is supposed to be. And at least with Seth Rollins joining Evolution tonight, it kind of gives it more of that, we have the past of Triple H, the present with Randy Orton, the future in Seth Rollins. Could dig that a little bit better in that presentation. But with Batista, tonight's exodus almost, to me, represents his entire run from January till now. Flatline. He comes out, they have the opening segment. Granted, I didn't see the whole entire segment of the opening segment, but I obviously saw the multiple replays they showed of his exit. But the little sarcastic kind of golf clap, and he leaves, and he does the interview with Renee Young on Backstage Pass, and none of it really seemed of substance. Really didn't seem like his heart was in it. Didn't seem like his heart was really in this run. Did he come back for the payday? I don't know. You tell me. Certainly, did he accomplish some things? Yeah, he was part of big matches. Let's face it, his spot in the Hall of Fame was already cemented. He didn't even have to come back. Dave Batista, for the work he had done in his first run, was a Hall of Famer, regardless. Certainly has not made the mark that Brock Lesnar has made and others who have returned. It's unfortunate because Dave Batista, if utilized correctly, really could have been best for business and could have helped the WWE. But, instead of letting him stand on his own merit and getting him into a storyline and, maybe him versus Lesnar would have been great to do at Mania, or him versus Orton, or whatever you were going to do, him versus Cena in the rematch. It's just very unfortunate. Dave Batista could have been utilized so much better. But unfortunately, the animal was not unleashed properly. And that's really the deal with what happened with this run. Flatlined run. Best thing that happened with Evolution in their comeback is bringing Seth Rollins in. A fresh start. Moving on from Batista. Moving on from just the same old shit. And that's my opinions on that. Bootista, Bluetista. The skinny jeans sellout. That's my opinions. What do you think? Like, subscribe. Joe Passarelli. Thumbs down on the Dave Batista 2014 run. Peace.